Hello, all of you delightful beings out there, and welcome to the stream. I am Razim, and this is Ebon Sails Exalted, Season 1, Episode 33, The Second World. We shall begin, as we always do, with introductions. Beginning with our illustrious storyteller and my beloved Kerr.
Hello everyone, I am Kerr. I am the storyteller for this game. I get to watch all of my hopeful plans explode into flames. But hopefully not. We're down a few players, but we'll go for as long as we can today, and I hope you guys have fun. Baby.
And
I'm
Gaueko.
sorry.
Looks like we're down to 2 wolves, but I am Tochemay, and I am playing Gaueko Pelps, the Solar Exalt.
And while Jaffer's getting his card ready, I am Zim and I am playing Nevis, King of Conquerors, the Lunar Exalted, Andy Marten. Because Martens are great. Possibly the best.
Jaffer says, "Hello, I am Jaffer. I play Murder the Liminal Exalted. It's my job to make sure we all survive anything Kerr throws at us."
Gary.
Oh, it's me. I'm Gary. Gary Coin is currently on the rebound, and you should invest now. I play as Darcy, or Andickard. Is a Getaman Exalted of the summer variety.
And last but not least, Brian.
I'm Brian. I'm playing Cadus Zeno, the Wolf Beast Folk Liminal, and as I can say, I'm shocked by how many zombies there were.
All right, and we'll go ahead and turn the recap over to Brian.
Alrighty, so, last time, I got introduced to the group, Cadus Zeno, and oh gosh, the first thing I see as I see everyone get ready is the fact being, I'm dropped off on a weird ship. I meet this group of people. It took a turn because I decided to stay and I heard something weird happen off. And I'm like, I'm just gonna look around the ship. They had, everyone else, as far as I can tell, I think had a battle against a monkey. I think so. I completely don't know. This is all up to what I hear. I don't completely think that's true. But next thing I know, a couple days go by, the ship, we decided to depart towards the north. We decided to head over towards One Rift. And for some reason, the ship decided to start leaving the water and start flying. I have no idea how, but next thing I know, we go into this dome thing, and the first thing we see, a bunch of zombies. I feel sorry for the people who aren't zombies yet, but I got a job to do and I gotta stop them.
Thank God Brian is here to stop the non-zombies.
And also, yes, Taldarius, a certain husky was the best last night.
Glare. Ah!
Why?
Because Zim wanted to torment.
Damn, that was so scary. I incorrectly filed my taxes in my favor. Well,
Why would you do that?
that's a jump scare. It frightened me.
Because I love you, Kerr.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
I'm gonna be completely fair. If you wanted to scare me, there's a specific sound because of my job that if you play, I will run out of my room immediately.
A magnanimous dispensation.
Like that.
Tochemay tipped $110. Alone in this
Oh.
darkness, a memory so clear, these thoughts are so different and rare, never slowing or silent. My heart slowly tears as my vision of you slowly disappears.
Well, that was a thing.
That was a poem.
It's a lot of money.
Beautiful.
About the
Tochemay,
shadows
thank
crawling.
you. Thank you so much for your tip and supporting the channel so much. I hugely appreciate you. Thank you.
It
tip
means
goal-
a lot.
The tip goal has been fully completed.
Oh no.
Oh, yes. Oh, God.
The curb was not the prepared.
I was prepared, just... Oh, boy. Oh, boy, Daddy.
Nice.
Yes, my son?
Oh, Daddy. Oh, Daddy. Oh, Daddy. Alright. So, who is ready for happy fun times?
It's me.
Not terrified at all right over here.
We're exalted. We're already ready. We're always ready for happy fun times.
Bring it on, says Jaffer.
Fair.
Alright, so I believe if I remember correctly, we left off right as you guys saw a small group of survivors fleeing some undead creatures. And you guys were about to move down to land and to find out what was going on, if I recall correctly.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, your ship begins to make its way over. As it does so, cannons slide out from along the sides of the ship and along its wings. The cannons sight down on the undead that were advancing towards this group. And what follows can only be called a I'm trying to think of the word here to use. Because one moment those undead are there, and the next they're just gone. As essence cannons open up, implosion bows unleash their deadly cargo. Lightning ballistas send down bolts of electricity that skewer before exploding. All of these weapons are designed to be used against other vessels, or ships, or war striders even. They're not necessarily made for people. There's a reason they're called siege weaponry. And you can kind of see why as these things rip through the undead and about, 6 feet underneath the ground they were standing on. However, thankfully, Artie was able to aim in such a way that he was able to avoid any damage being done to the survivors as they continue rushing towards the giant gates. They're not stopping, they're not slowing down. They are booking it as they hear the giant explosions behind them. And then
Well,
already
that was easy.
these are just basic undead. These are just literal, just like basic zombies. The amount of effort it would take you guys to deal with them at the power level you guys are at, they're not in the numbers that they need to be at to be a credible threat. Like, I'm not going to waste your guys' time dinking an undead that has 3 HP and just doing that like 8 times.
I don't know. I mean, I've had experiences with I have had experiences with zombies where they just refuse to die.
These undead are not like those undead. These undead are very easy to kill. These are not customized. They are not part of someone's army or anything.
Zim, don't you have a way of taking care of extras?
Yes.
Yeah, they literally can't hurt me.
Yes. Again, these would be extras. They cannot hurt you, Nevis. They are not part of a credible force. So I am just going to let you just vaporize them with the giant warship that you took the time to create.
And it flies.
Nevis, the landing site has been prepared.
Very good, Artie. Take us down.
Preparing for landing now. My lord,
Yes.
I can sense powerful undead essence coming from around us. They are currently not within range of us, but if we remained in this area, they could be a credible threat to the crew. I recommend, after depositing you and your ground party, to immediately take to the air again in order to avoid these threats.
That is acceptable.
I will continue to patrol this mountain area and to await your return or call for help.
Very well.
So, as the ship lands and everything is set up, who would you like to take with you, Nevis?
Considering they're the undead.
I wouldn't mind
He's
stretching
only-
my legs.
He's only gonna bring his honor guard.
Just as honor guard. Okay. Well, mostly this is asking because Nevis actually has like a couple of armies of worth of people that he could bring with him if he wanted to.
Her's not insinuating that the rest of us get left behind.
Oh no, no! I'm assuming all of you guys are going to be going with Nevis.
Absolutely.
100%.
So we have Solar, couple Beast Folk. I mean, Lunars.
So, as you guys begin to make your way down, you can see the gate to this great mountain is still open. And the people that you had seen fleeing are basically like at the gates. The man with the bow is watching you guys. He hasn't notched an arrow. He just seems like shocked and surprised by this. And they look like they're almost waiting for you guys.
Nevis will approach. I am Nevis, King of Conquerors. Open your gates for these people and myself.
The archer is going to chuckle. King of Conquerors? There's not much really to conquer around here.
Then I suppose you have no reason to bar my entrance.
We're just waiting for him to get the door open, is it? We're not trying to bar you. You're actually alive, so trust me. We ain't gonna do that. And Jesus, or wow, sorry. Unconquered Sun, that thing. Where the hell did you find that?
We brought it with us. It was a gift given to us by Kriberius.
Haven't heard of that god. I'm assuming it's a god?
Nevis will gesture to Kriberius on his shoulder.
The little crab will wave a hand. He's just gonna kind of stare. Is that a crab?
This is Kriberius. He is a god.
Forgive me, I meant no rudeness. I wasn't really expecting to see. What is that?
What is he pointing at?
Kriberius.
This is a crab. This is a Kriberius, the god of crabs.
He's kind of cocked his head a little bit. What are crabs?
Perhaps we can have this discussion face to face instead of calling up to a wall for it.
We're all
Oh, no.
outside the wall.
They're outside the wall.
Oh, the guy with the bow is? I thought he was up on
Yeah.
the wall.
No, they got to the giant gate that's on the side of the mountain, and they basically hunkered down there while they were waiting for the gate to open.
Or
Like,
Geth, you mean.
Ah,
You can kind of hear the sound of stone grinding as you get closer. They're trying to open the door. It's just really slow for them.
So how long ago did the undead take over?
Yeah, he's gonna look over at you, Gaueko, and just look confused by that. What do you mean?
Has it always been like this bad?
As far as I can remember, and my grandfather and my great grandpa, um, we've lost track of how long it's been this way. This is what it's like.
It's very unfortunate. Darcy with his very immaculate, dumbass smile.
It's we have like stories and such that long ago, a great plague swept through the world, and as it killed the dead rose, and great heroes and champions tried to rise up to stop it, but these undead warriors and knights rose up to meet them and captured them. And so it says is they've been trapped ever since. I haven't really listened to many of the stories though. You'd probably be able to talk to the chief if you wanted to know more. And we even have a god. We have a god too here. But otherwise it's just us surviving. We don't go out very often except to try to forage for what we can't make in here. Otherwise we keep the gates shut and we just stay hidden. As long as we stay hidden, we're safe for the most part. And as he says that, the gate will begin to slowly swing open.
Wow, that's a very inefficient door.
Definitely.
It has to be defendable.
We keep it barricaded usually, and it's just you have tons and tons of stone. It's not easy to move. It's not fast to move. And slowly, once it's wide enough to allow someone to like slip in, he's gonna wave you guys over. You guys can come in with us, considering like he kind of glances at your ship as it takes off again. I think you guys pass.
That's great.
Well, Nevis will stride in then.
As you make your way in, you can see what looks to be like a defensive perimeter set up. Basically, like what looks to be like sandbags have been set up near the entrance, maybe like 20 or 30 feet back, and you can see like 24 archers standing there with. They're not like the best bows. They're very, very basic bows. You probably, Nevis, looking at them, they would probably be like almost like a conscript army's weapon, very cheaply made and not that well, but they are serviceable enough to get the job done. None of these archers though are like looking scared or nervous though. They seem like they've trained and drilled pretty well, even if their equipment is very shoddy. They're also wearing basic metal armor, though the armor is basically only over their like vital areas. Otherwise, it's mostly just padding armor that they have. It would probably do okay against a zombie's bite or claws.
But that's about it.
Swords? It could do okay. The padding looks thick enough that it could protect itself. Basically, Gambus.
Gamson.
Yes, is what they're wearing with a little bit of armor over that.
Ah.
Cheap, but resourceful. And as you kind of step in and look around, you can see above you are also more archers as well. And behind the archers are spearmen who look... They haven't moved up yet, but they're kind of like keeping watch too. Their armor is actually like much more armor. Like you're looking at like chainmail and such from them. Again, their armor looks old though. Like it looks like very well maintained, but this stuff does not look like it is new.
Oh, wow. We could probably use the ship on them, too.
We are not firing on these people.
Very well.
I don't think they're enemies as of right now. I mean, the main focus is that we gotta take care of the zombies, though.
Anyone's an enemy if you try hard enough.
Good God, what did I get myself into?
This whole realm is dark side.
Yeah, when it comes to like looking at this, everything here looks like it was made a while ago, and they've basically just been trying to like maintain it with basic maintenance. But none of it looks like new or expensive. Like just a single one of your weapons or the armor of your honor guard Nevis looks like it is far and away superior to anything and everything that they have. Like we're talking like king and pauper level
Differences.
Okay.
Identify yourselves, one of the archers is going to yell before the archer who led you in lifts a hand. It's okay. It's okay. They're with us. They're with us. They cleared out a crap ton of the undead. They had a freaking flying thing, and it just... I've never seen anything like it. And the archer is going to lower his bow before looking at all of you and wave a hand. Come with us. We'll take you to the chieftain.
Very well. Nevis will follow.
What do our two new characters think?
It's quite exciting.
It's quite exciting. I'm going to, though, just attempt to wave at like one of the archers.
The archers kind of look at you and just kind of wave back slowly. He doesn't look like he necessarily trusts you, but it's like you're alive. Like he can clearly see you are alive. So yeah, he's not gonna just be rude or anything.
Darcy smiles, and he never stops smiling. He can only smile more or less.
What about murder?
Jaffer says, Murder is going to head to the infirmary to treat the injured and sick.
When you ask about where their infirmary is and that you want to help, he nods. The head archer who said to follow them, and basically says that we can show you where it is once after you meet with the chieftain. He will decide what's going to happen from here. And he will begin to lead you guys through the tunnels. Noticeably, the archer who led you guys in and the few other people who were with him begin to pull out supplies from the bags. Very basic, like herbs and stuff from out there. And begin sorting through the stuff with some of the guardsmen who now look
Jaffer
much
says,
more
Neves
relaxed.
can do the talking. I'm going to treat those people.
The archer is going to look at you, though, Jaffer, at murder, and it's like, yes, we appreciate the assistance. However, we do have rules in place here with outsiders. We have to make sure that you are safe and that you are trustworthy. This is no offense, but there are quite a lot of people here who rely on us to keep them safe. And as he leads you guys into the tunnels, you can see there are people growing and harvesting fungi. You have people who are digging into the mountainside, digging tunnels and such. And you can see children running to and fro, pretty much almost wearing like rags and such. And as you guys move further and further into the tunnels, deeper and deeper into the mountain, you soon come out into what appears to be like a sprawling city almost. And above you guys, you can see...
Jaffer says, Murder is going to wave his hands at the plants as he passes them, causing them to rapidly grow.
Murder, when you do that, the people who are tending to like the mushrooms and the few plants that they have, mostly mushrooms, lots of different varieties though, they're going to begin talking, whispering, and just like looking at the plants and then looking at you as they see your cast mark glowing before they're immediately going to bow down to you. And you can hear like whispers of thanks, of excitement, and just like wonder, absolute wonder at that.
There's a
Even
little
the
kid that grabs their mother's rags and is like, Mommy, does this mean I get to eat tonight?
The innocent child.
Now she won't have to eat the flesh of her father. How exciting.
Nevis,
What?
we're going to
it was-
have to find the Jay's Brutism.
Murder, the archer is gonna look over at you and just like, he was already kind of like questioning the fact, like, you know, animal people here, but now it's just like there's a almost look of wonder there as he just kind of takes that in. Like, what did you do there? What? How?
We're magic.
What? Are you guys? Are you all gods as well? Forgive me. I did not mean to be so crass with gods.
I'm a very angry.
Jaffer says,
wrathful
I weave
god.
life magic. This is as simple as stitching a broken shirt to me.
When one person says they're very angry, wrathful gods, he's gonna inch away from them and look at murder, and it's like that. Such things are. We do not possess such things. That is the realm of the gods. Please, my greatest apology to all of you. I did not mean to offend any of you. We are thankful for you coming here. And he's going to look much more excited as he leads you into this giant sprawling city. And even here, like, you can see, like, the people's clothing are very ragged and threadbare, very basic. You can see people are trying to, like, get water from wells. They are baking basic meal. It looks like they do have gardens set up, able to grow some food. There isn't a lot of people, though. Like, maybe a couple of hundred at best as you're making your way through is what you would guess. On the number of people, like, you
Jaffer
see
says,
working.
then take me to the fields. Take me to the sick and injured. Let me tend to you.
The archer will nod. The chieftain needs to meet with you first, but yes. I'm sure that he will happily let you do so once he actually meets you.
Miss! Not enough ale.
You guys got a reroll.
Oh boy.
That reminds me, I need to go refund the earlier reroll.
Don't worry, murder. It's alright. We should follow the rules of the society that we're the guests of. And therefore, we should allow people to die.
Oh, no. No. If they If we
Well,
let them die and we have the
that-
ability to help, wouldn't that make us seem like enemies?
That is not something we shall do.
We need to speak with the chief first, then we can have a plan.
The archer is going to look at murder. There aren't anyone in like severe condition. We do have some people who are sick and such, basic wounds and like broken bones from a few accidents, but nothing like severely life-threatening at the moment. We would of course appreciate all the help that you would give if you can help them, of course, but nothing that needs to be immediately seen to. And as he leads you guys to the
Jaffer
building.
says, Neves can talk to the chief. I give you my word and bond that I will do no harm.
He will kind of consider that and consider what you did before he will point to where the fields are set up. I will inform the chieftain of your arrival and such, my lord. It is not my place to go against a god.
We are not gods. We are more than mortals. Or at least more than you are, but we are not gods ourselves. We are what is known as the Exalted. We were raised and granted power by the gods. However, we do operate on our own agendas.
We're magic.
He's just
Jaffer
going to
says,
look.
murder will wander towards the fields, stopping here and there to make gardens bloom, or add spices and a motive essence to meals as he passes.
Yeah. Okay. So real quick,
You're
murder
breaking him.
as you. Oh no, not breaking. Just like the sheer level of like what he's doing for these people by this simple act, literally is starting to sweep through the entire city. Like this is passing like freaking wildfire as people are literally watching you walking among the gardens, just kind of like hands out and just blessing the plants, causing them to grow more with your essence, suffusing them with it. And like everyone is just kind of like just staring at you, murder, and then following you because they've never seen this before. This is wonderful. This is like amazing. Like the sheer levels of hope they you could almost see like blooming on these people's faces is an emotion that they themselves have not really seemed to have anymore, if that makes sense.
You should hurry to the chief right away.
The archer nods and continue. You didn't break the game, Jaffer. You're just helping these people. Like this is what like the Exalted were meant to do. Um, I'm just saying, like for these people though, like yes, you are breaking the game for the level of what they're used to and what they can deal with usually. Like this world is very different from the one you're from.
Well, there's a specific reason why I'm saying it's breaking it, and it's the message that I sent earlier.
Oh yeah,
Essence.
yeah. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. As you guys make it to the what apparently is the chieftain's home, it's really not that different than any of the other buildings for the most part. It's got a little sign set up in front of it, but otherwise it's not any more glamorous or better than any of the other buildings.
Wow.
One note though that you guys would have noticed is hanging in the sky above the city is a giant ball of light.
Wow. The chief's an egalitarian. How peachy.
Like normally plants couldn't grow here. Like the plants you guys could see these people were growing, they were growing under this light. It's almost like the light of like a sun, almost.
It's the agricultural quarter.
And as you guys make it in, there is a man sitting at the desk working. He looks to be in his about 40s, mid 40s, give or take. He's wearing a little bit of a nicer outfit than the others, though not by much. You would probably guess that this outfit is more like kind of handed down to like the people in charge, and that's the reason why it's a little bit higher quality. Mostly it's just a hand me down. And he looks like he is surveying maps and checking through the lists and kind of comparing them. Very much like he's trying to take care of a lot of actual like work for keeping this city going and such.
I'm gonna go ahead and knock on the door.
Announce your presence.
Yep.
Hi.
He's going to his head's going to shoot up. I said I wasn't going to. Oh. He's going to trail off a little bit, and he's going to set like the stack of papers he was going through very seriously to the side, and he's going to stand up. Who are you? his focus is especially going to be on Nevis.
I apologize, I missed that. What's up?
They just knocked on the door before saying hello, and he looked up, and he's kind of just like shocked as he kind of sets his papers aside and gets to his feet, looking at you guys.
The mayor.
Yeah, the mayor.
Ah. Hello.
It's like-
I am Nevis, King of Conquerors.
There isn't much to conquer here, I'm afraid.
What I was fully expecting the mayor to say is, I give up. Go ahead and take over.
It's more just like a resignated like chuckle.
You're not from around here. And we're here to help.
What are you, if I may be so bold as to ask?
A weasel.
I believe the answer he was looking for was friends.
Sebrin, he's not fully recovered. Sorry, I had to prove a point to the chat. I love you.
Actions speak louder than words.
We just
and-
lost our storyteller.
Oh no!
How could you?
How could this happen to me?
I
I
don't
made
understand.
Got nowhere to run.
I want just ice cream.
But yes, back to the game.
I'm a weasel.
We are friends here to help. I will say there is another reason for our presence, but that can wait until after things are more secure.
Yes, of course. W- what are you, though? I've never seen creatures quite like all of you. He's specifically looking at Nevis and our wolf friend, and like those are the
Literally
two big
everybody-
ones. He's like,
Everybody except for Gaueko.
"Yep,
We are beast folk. We come from another world altogether.
another world."
One without so many zombies.
Truly?
Yeah.
He looks just shocked and surprised by that, but clearly from your outfits, your clothes, your armor, your weapons, like you guys are not at all like any of the people here. Are you gods?
No, we
We
are
are-
exalted.
We are known as Exalted. We are, in a way, blessed by the gods, granted power, but we operate on our own agendas.
We're the closest to gods you'll ever get.
Would you like to meet our god? Perhaps he could. I only help to maintain the city and the people here, but our Lord is the one who directs everything and helps to make the largest decisions for our people.
Yes, let's go. We will meet them in due time. For now, I know that Murder would like to go assist your people.
Murder already wandered off.
He
We
left
need
you to
ret-
do the talking. He left you to do the talking, Nevis.
We need retroactive permission.
Oh, if he's anything like you and he wants to help our people, he's more than welcome to. I doubt any of us could stop you even if we wanted to.
Indeed. You would die. Probably.
Just take a moment, take a deep breath in, hold it, and breathe out.
You should go meet this god of
Darcy,
yours.
I would recommend that you contemplate the meaning of silence.
What can I do for you, my lords? As he's going to bow his head to Nevis and all of you.
Right now, we have no need of you beyond going and seeing what we can do to assist.
He will nod. My lord would likely, our god would likely be able to help you more. He's the one who keeps up to everything that's going on with the different levels of the city.
Very well, take us there.
He will nod.
Darcy excitedly hops, now that he has been silenced.
As you guys make your way in, you guys are led through the this garden, these gardens, these plants, and you are led
Hi, Murder.
up.
Bye, Murder.
Yes, Murder is currently hard at work growing all these plants. And he's leading you up and up and up, closer to this large, basically bright light just like hanging in the ceiling. And as he leads you up, basically different flights of staircases, you are led out onto one ring that is, you can see what looks to be massive temples. And these temples are covered with jewels. They just sparkle and gleam. Carvings of all different animals, beasts, and monsters etched into the very buildings themselves. And he will wave. The mayor will wave his hand towards one of the buildings, the one that seems to be in the most repair and such. That is the temple to our Lord. That is where he spends much of his time when he is not working and such.
What's his name?
Our Lord is our Lord is named Kukaku, is what we refer to him as. He's the god of light and the sun that shines down upon us.
Do you mean by work?
Our god takes a heavy hand in our society, assisting us building and creating things, um dealing with monsters that can rise up from the underways, and he presides over the great ritual that is done each year.
Sorry, had to mute myself. What'd I miss?
Basically, you guys have been led up into the temple district and to where the where you can see right now, basically, brain, please work. The temple to the god here, who is named Kukaku, apparently, or at least that's what they call him. And they were offering to let you meet him. Apparently, he takes a very heavy hand in this society.
I'm well interested into meeting this god.
Maybe they can teach us the meaning of silence.
Would
What do
you
you say?
like to meet him?
Yes,
Oh,
let us enter.
Yes.
And he will nod. And he will begin to lead you guys into the temple. And you can see there are a couple dozen, at least, priests and priestesses here. Everything is very lovingly maintained. There's not a lot of offerings here, though. Like, they're still working within their means and such. But this place is obviously very lovingly cared for, and you can feel like there is like real faith here suffusing this place. And as you guys make your way in, almost immediately you can see as you go in, the walls are covered with beautiful murals of light, of stars and the sun. Beautiful fields and seas, and everything is just, it's a very peaceful place. Each on the sides are a row of pillars basically holding up the ceiling. The center road is made of white tile, while the rest of it is more of a brown or simple, more like dirt is what it looks like. And on this white clay path is leading towards a large burning flame, basically set up on an altar. And as you guys enter, said altar suddenly flares, the flames growing, and from this flame steps a man. His skin is brilliant gold, almost darkening a little bit as he steps out into almost like a bronzish skin. And you can see what looks to be like trails of light, almost like ribbons, just like wrapping around his body and just trailing off him. And he is beautiful to look upon. His face is radiant, and it just almost fills you with like a deep sense of like hope, and that no matter how dark things are, there is still a tiny flame flickering and ever burning. And he is going to look at all three of you, or all of you, and he's going to just like grin from ear to ear. I never thought I would see one of the Exalted here. Welcome to my sanctum. I'm Kukaku, god of sunlight and of light itself. May my blessings ever light your way in the darkness.
Greetings, I am Nevis, King of Conquerors. These are my compatriots.
Hi. I really like the big ball you have outside.
Hi. Cadus Zeno. I'm Cadus Zeno. Nice to meet you.
And I'm Gaueko Pelps.
He nods his head to each of you as you introduce yourself. Forgive me for not being a little more flashy, so to speak. Much of my power is tied into maintaining the lights for the people here. As you so called it, the giant ball of light outside. But how did you survive the purge? I thought everyone had fallen.
We come from another world altogether. In our world, a portal has risen. And it is slowly expanding and destroying our reality.
I see. So you are not one of the Exalted that I am familiar with, then. I've never heard of such a thing, though. That's not to say that it is impossible. What are you doing here, then?
Well, as I said, this world is attempting to delete our own. Thus, we are here to put a stop to that. However, this stop does not need to be a destructive one. We do have the means of putting your world into an orb to then be released into the wild of our world as soon as we are able.
Lukaku's gonna lift a hand to you, Nevis, just as a hold on, before he's gonna clap his hands twice. My children, please. Leave your duties. Prepare a festival. Food and all goods shall be made readily available to everyone to have as much as they wish. we shall have a glorious festival for our honored guests here. And the people will begin whispering and grinning before making their way out.
Hold.
Hmm?
While I do appreciate the gesture, I have seen the state of this place. I would not have you wasting precious resources on us.
Nevis, this is for the people, not just us.
Indeed, this is going to be a festival for the whole city.
In that case, we have brought plenty of supplies with us. Allow us to at least supplement your own.
That would be extremely appreciated. I do thank you for your kindness. My children, prepare our festival. Our guests shall supply us afterwards. Do not worry about our stock. We shall have the greatest night Githamain has ever had. You shall enjoy and want for nothing this final evening for us before the dawn comes again. And they're going to look very, very happy before making their way out, and begin spreading the word to prepare for a festival. Everyone's like talking and excited and happy. Like, this is the first time, like, you can even, like, watching them go, this is the first time where you've actually seen them actually look happy. And once they are gone and you guys are alone with Kukaku, he just kind of sighs, and you see, like, the light in him dims as he just walks over and sits down on his altar, and he just looks kind of exhausted, almost.
How long have you been maintaining this?
At least 100 years, I would say. I've lost track.
Nevis,
there no-
originally Gethmain was a solar city.
What were you going to say, too, Nevis?
Tell us more about the world and what has led to this state.
I remember 100 or so years ago, maybe a little bit longer, maybe a little bit shorter. I've lost track. A great plague began to sweep through creation, and it killed almost everything it came across. We did everything we could in Yushan to try to mitigate it, but God after God after God was losing their jobs and duties as their animals, the plants, even some of the city gods just lost their jobs as everything died. We were trying to figure out a way to solve it. The Dragon Bloods, the Sidereals, even the Lunars were being asked about it. Tentative connections were starting to be made with them again, because of how bad things were. And then things took a turn for the worse, though. Something changed, and rather than just remaining dead, whatever this virus killed began to rise as undead. Zombies and skeletons began to sweep across creation, hunting the rare few who were immune, who did not catch it, and began to kill everything they came across. And then these undead warriors bearing bleeding marks almost as like the Solars of old, they launched an attack upon Yushan itself. and they began to slaughter gods. And he's going to trail off. They were able to kill the unconquered sun. Yushan is all but gone. And they didn't kill the Exalted, though. They captured them. I don't know what happened to them, but there have been no new reincarnations as far as I've been able to see. No one, at least here. I don't know. I dare not attempt to find out in Yushan or anywhere else if other gods are okay. I fled here. Most of the people here were already dead. The gods here were dead. And I led some survivors here. And I used my mastery of light to create the sun to keep things going here. And we have been staying here ever since, trying to just survive. I've been pouring all of my power into making sure that we can grow enough food to maintain things, but my domain is limited.
I am certain that you have done your best. What I can say is that there will be help available once we rejoin your world to ours.
I'm not sure how much of my world is salvageable.
It will be when the Solars come back.
I wish that was believable, but we've done everything we could to survive, but you've come at a difficult time for us. I'm afraid you will have to witness one of our least pleasant rituals.
What do you mean by that?
There are things beneath Githlamane. Dark, powerful things. I do not have the power to face it or to ward it off. All I was able to do was not even strike a deal with it so much as once each year, usually, sometimes more if it grows very active, a group of Githlamane's citizens are chosen either through volunteer or lottery to go into the under tunnels, the lower tunnels. We call them the underways. And there, the very shadows seem to come to life and devour any who go down there. And it is through that we are able to ensure that it does not enter the city itself. Once it is fed, then it usually remains outside of the city.
We have the power to take care of it.
He looks at you. You do?
We are the Exalted, after all.
And I'm going to activate my cast mark.
He's just going to stare at your cast mark, seeing the light of the solar, and like for the first time, like he actually looks almost hopeful.
We will be your volunteers.
We will make pretty worthy sacrifices, I think.
I cannot ask you to do that, but if
I
you
do not
could protect my
recall.
people.
I do not recall you asking us at all.
We're just volunteering for it. It's too much fun.
He is going to just look like what you may face is something unlike anything you have ever faced before. Are you sure?
Absolutely.
Where is this temple located?
At the very top of the city.
Perfect. Is there a spot where the ship can come down and Nevis could have his armies march out parade style?
No, there isn't an
Oh.
actual opening in the top.
You don't want an army in this place right now.
Why?
We want to.
More shadows.
This thing is. This creature is. I don't know what it is. I just know that if it decided to, if it wanted to, it could likely end us all. But for some reason, it doesn't normally venture up this far into the actual city as long as we keep it sated every, usually year, but sometimes more recently it's been 8-9 months is all we have before it begins to be noticed.
We were made to kill these creatures.
Yep.
He will not.
We were made to kill the unkillable. Those that did not even truly live in the first place.
If if you wish to face this thing, then I ask you, please allow us to at least extend our hospitality this night and give you whatever time to prepare and anything else that you require for this.
Nevis, make a protection circle around the city.
A
Reasonable.
protection circle?
Claiming it as your territory thing.
Ah, that. Yeah, he'll do that. Later. Do you know if there are any other cities left in the world?
We've been remaining here. We don't dare usually go out very far to ensure that no one knows that we are here.
Ardy,
Yes, sir.
could need you to do a scan of this region as far as you can. Is there any signs of other life here in this world? Beyond the undead?
Scanning outwards. For about... There are... In the 100 miles from here, I can sense very few bastions of life. There is one other enclave that I can say for sure houses more than just one or two people. It is 400 miles to... is further out, 400 miles north or south of here.
White Wolf?
Correct. If the maps currently coincide with each other.
We do have the means of destroying this world as a whole. And if there are that few people left alive here, I am wondering if that may not be the best course of action. Bring all those that survive with us, destroy it, and leave the undead to wither into non-existence.
Note, I can only say what is in this region. I do not know what the other areas may be like.
Shrike,
Yes.
can you do a scouting of the further out into other regions and see what you can find in this world?
It would take a couple of days for me to do that, but yes, I could pull that off.
Please do.
It will probably take me about a week to get back here, though, so you would be without us.
Would it need to take Artie with it?
I would have to leave the ship here if I'm detaching from it.
I mean, Nevis specifically did not want the Shrike to be required for the ship
Yes,
to
he would.
stay
The Shrike would be
flying.
the Shrike would be able to leave. The ship would just lose some of its more deadly weaponry and such. But it would
I
still be
mean,
able to fly. It would still be
yeah.
able to fly.
That is acceptable. Please do so.
I'll see what I can find out for you.
And I'll turn back to the god. We will find what other people are left in this world. If there are not many, I believe it may be more prudent for us to simply let this world fall and into non-existence and take those that remain with us.
He will nod his head. That will take a little bit of work to try to protect these people from being erased when their world goes, but you could probably try to figure out a way to do that.
I believe that RD's shields, especially with some fortifications, will be able to manage that. Listen, I don't see any reason that we might not be able to do it anyways.
No, I can see that working. So yes, and they also agreed to offer you whatever help and such that they can.
Because there's instead of introducing a very resilient virus or plague to our world, like, it'll still possibly be carried over by these people, but instead of introducing untold undead hordes and whatever other horrors may exist in this world, I think this is the better option.
So the turning point in this world compared to the base history of creation
The
is
fair folk attack didn't happen.
Yep, exactly. During the Great Contagion, when the Great Contagion was sweeping through and killing everyone, some of the Death Lords decided we're going to invite the Fair Folk in at the same time. And the Fair Folk ended up changing some of the people or the virus, and it basically ended the Great Contagion before it could do everything it was supposed to do.
And Nevis would know the Great Contagion did happen in our realm.
Yes. But in this one, the Great Contagion was allowed to just continue sweeping and changing, and it ended up becoming even more virulent to the point where the undead began to rise. And then the Death Lords and the Death Knights decided they're gonna kill the gods. And yeah, bad things happened for this creation. This was a very bad timeline.
Well, all I know is that the Ark was built to hold all of creation's people in it. And this is far less than all of creation, so yeah.
Yeah, this is like this isn't even the size of like a very large city of creation. Like you're talking like a town here of like maybe like a couple thousand people. Like this is nothing compared to what your ship can hold.
And then there's the Exalt player in me thinking, okay, now we just need to go outside and reactivate the Holy Road.
To answer the question that's probably in your head here, the Holy Road is basically around Whitewall. Its walls, and there is a road called the Traveler's Road that basically no undead can cross or enter without being obliterated. Even the Death Lords and the Death Knights cannot do that. Which is why Whitewall is still around in this timeline.
Well, while the festivities are being prepared, I am going to do some adjustments. I am going to claim a territory here and ensure that people are safe from the undead.
Jaffer says, Liminal Exalted are technically undead. Will that affect us too?
You're not the same type of undead.
Yes, the Liminal are different due to their connection to the Dark Mother. That plus their trying to remember the name, their keystone. I don't think that's the actual name for it though. That you have with Nevis.
The string of life.
Yep. Alright, so Nevis, you shall do that. Murder is going to continue growing food, and basically, like, everyone is basically in love with you, Murder. Like, they think you're great. Is anyone else want to do anything before, like, the Great Festival is done?
So I'm gonna watch which way Nevis goes, and I'm gonna go the opposite direction to where we're gonna, like, meet in the middle.
Okay.
And I'm doing the exact same thing he's doing.
Nice! You're going to get two
You
layers
can-
of security here.
You can claim territory?
No, I'm not. No, so I can't claim territory, but what I'm doing is I'm essentially doing a quick roundabout, making sure like no zombies like getting in, and I'm checking on everyone as well.
He's just doing a
Ah.
protective sweep.
Okay.
Okay, and can you roll? For the secret
Roll
passageway
What?
out of Gethmane.
Let me find the thingy. Awareness rolls.
Yeah.
Because you guys will be going through. Because Gethlemain, like when you start moving out and sweeping through the city, it's like a mass of tunnels once you leave like the garden area, and basically all the rooms and connection
Jaffer
areas
says,
are
Murder will
tunnels.
enchant the fields with prodigious bounty, doubling their harvest yields and making them immune to pests, weather, and disease.
Yeah, people are fucking in love with you, Jaffer. Like literally, like there's probably going to be small temples in your honor. So our two sweepers, please make awareness rolls for me, please. So that will be your best stat plus awareness.
And then there's an even worse reason why this place is doomed.
You guys might be able to handle it.
This plane is doomed. The reason why I say that is... Which god was killed?
The Unconquered Sun.
What does the Great Contagion do to the death?
It's fine. It did not raise him. Gods cannot be raised like that, even by the Great Contagion. Because there's actually a failsafe built into the Unconquered Sun if he dies. Because we actually find out what happens if the Unconquered Sun dies. Because it can happen in actual lore.
So, Nevis stands a chance of conquering the Unconquered Sun.
It is possible. By lore, basically, a group of infernals were actually able to kill him if the party is not there in order to intervene to stop them. So I basically took that a group of powerful, high-level, fully equipped strike force assassins. If infernals could do it, so can the Death Knights. Especially if they're fully geared out in like first stage gear, weapons, armor, everything.
Also, the funny Exalted of this world, likely kept in a state of life and death. Or just undead, I guess. I don't know. They're not reincarnating.
They would still need to be kept alive in order to make sure that they do not pass on the exaltation. Cadis, would you make the your roll, please?
Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out how it's supposed to be popping up because I'm trying everything right now.
Oh no. You should. You're just going to be using the d10s.
I've rolled. I got
You drop them into the chat box.
Yes.
That's what it is. Okay, sorry.
You're good. Holy fuck!
Reroll the 10s.
Yep, those 10s get re-rolled. They count as 2.
That is... Wait, 2 rolls on each of them?
Yeah, or 1 roll
They
for each.
count
The
as-
10s count as 2 successes.
Yeah, they are what are called exploding tens. They count for 2 successes, and you get to roll them again for potentially more,
Okay.
and also potentially less.
Let's see. So 2, 4,
8.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 8. 8 successes on Cadis's roll. So, Nevis, you do not see anything out of the ordinary. As you are going through, no undead are in here. It looks like the people are very good at making sure these things, the undead, do not make it inside. But Cadis, as you are exploring and making sure everything is safe and sound, you do come across what looks to be a secret passage carved into the stone itself in one of the tunnels.
I'm going to essentially just poke my head in real quickly, take a look. If I see something fishy, I'm just gonna back out and be like, "Hey guys, over here."
Yeah, it looks like this tunnel leads upwards. It's like a little path curving up.
I'm gonna immediately just like go back to the entrance. I'm gonna be like, I'm just gonna shout and be like, "Hey guys, upward tunnel over here."
There is a god
Well-
over zombies.
Nevis is currently claiming the territory and infusing it with life and. The
Yes.
keywords I'm going to pick is life, holy, and sunny.
Okay. Strong choices, very strong choices against the undead.
I'm sorry, Sunny can't be used because there's no unconquered sun here.
There is a god of light, and that actually will work because of things and reasons.
I love reasons. Oh wow, a secret passageway. We should explore it. Right after I'm done establishing an acting troupe here.
Yes, we should explore that after Nevis gets done with his protection.
Yeah,
Eh.
I'll just wait at the entrance, just like looking in every once in a while, being like, I don't like this.
And it doesn't take that long to get the pathway made. And Nevis, you would have been informed about the secret passageway that was located.
I'm confused on why we need to know about this or why we explore it at all.
I'm not saying you didn't. You have to explore it. I'm just saying that a secret passage was found.
Well, that's more for the others here. In particular, Tochemay, who's so obsessed with this.
I mean, Darcy would be content to just start an acting troupe and or theater group within the city.
Also, murder by now, you would have been finishing up with the field, so you could have met up with everyone too. Most of the people who need help, it wouldn't take that long for you to actually help them.
Alright. Yeah, Darcy would be doing that then. It would be trying to either find a theater group or create one within the town.
Jaffer says, may I make a one use of an essence 5 charm if I make an appropriate sacrifice?
Not if you do not. It is. What charm are you trying to use? Because depending on that, I might. If it creates something really interesting and cool, I might allow it.
Jaffer says, unleash homunculus. I am willing to give up one of my familiars from merits, forever losing it and leaving it here to continue to enchant the fields and crops forever.
Jaffer, we're literally talking about just destroying this world.
He doesn't know that, though. He wants to keep these people safe.
Tochemay is dancing with the crabs.
Well, if Murder joined back with the rest of us, we might inform him of that.
See, the thing with that, though, is he could still probably regain it because of the way the rules work. If it becomes, like, unable to be used anymore, he regains it. But I'm willing to let you do it for the story and such. I think that's a very interesting sacrifice to make for these people. So I would allow it. And then, like, if things go bad and things explode, I would let you get the merit back.
And there still is Gethbane in our realm.
Yeah, there is a Gethlemane in your guys' realm. It's a much bigger, bustling city of 80,000 plus people. Also, a lot of slaves as well.
Just what
Jaffer
Nevis needs
says,
to hear.
thank you. I'm just trying to roleplay the character.
No, I'm good with it. I think it's great. So, as you guys all meet up here at this tunnel, there is one thing though. Standing there, while you were waiting, Cadis, you can see that you can feel like almost a fresh breeze coming from inside of this tunnel, like fresh air blowing, compared to like the muggy, dead air inside of the mountain.
I'm going to curse under my breath real quickly. And I'm gonna be like, guys, I'm gonna need some help. It can go to the surface. It goes outside. And then I'm gonna just slowly but carefully start moving in to take a look around.
It takes about 10, almost 15 minutes of walking before you are able to hit another wall at the end of the tunnel. And when you kind of slide it open, you can see that you are on a little cliffside set in the mountain. And you can see like stretching out on the horizon, just like the Deadlands.
Oh, okay. So leads to cliffside. Okay, it's not that bad.
So we found a parking spot for the Shrike when it comes back.
Yes, notably, Nevis, you could park the ship here in midair and basically hook up a ramp for people to go enter or leave without basically exposing them to the undead.
Sounds great. We'll do it.
But we have 10 days to do stuff around here first.
Yes, you guys have time here right now.
Great. Darcy would love to start an acting troupe. And or theater.
Kabuki?
So, as the festival will no doubt begin to start as you guys would prepare, any plans, maps, or any such things that you guys would want would be provided to you. You are not being rushed at all. You guys can take as much time as you guys would like to kind of plan going into the underways. And you would have been told about basically everything that they kind of know about this thing. But there's only... Good.
When is this thing supposed to demand its next sacrifice?
Probably in the next, like, couple of weeks.
So it's possible that we could just not even deal with this thing and just let it get deleted along with the world.
That's when you think it's supposed to, according to them.
Ah.
But it is possible. It has, according to them, been more active recently. But it has yet to actually enter the city quite yet. At least according to them.
We're exalted. We should take care of this problem before.
There's also the possibility there could be very, very good artifacts and such in this place too.
That's fair. I guess we can go ahead and investigate.
And Nevis, you also have another way to check to see if there's people around. By asking Craberius, talk with his crabs.
True. However, they're really bound to the ocean, and it's
Also,
not
nobody
really,
knows.
It's not
They didn't know
going
what
to allow, like, being bound to the them being bound to the ocean means we're not going to know about the inland, which is, 3/4 of creation.
Also, some of these people didn't know what a crab was, so...
We're in the north, they wouldn't know about snow crabs.
Yeah, they don't deal with them and such.
But what does everybody need to prep for this?
I think Nevis is good to go as is. I can't think of anything he needs to prep. Most of the time, he would probably be, most of his spare time will be spent reading the documents on sorcery that Artie has.
Okay.
And the way Gaueko's going to prepare is activate cast symbol till it's 10.
Alright, though I think this might be a good stopping point for right now. So that you guys can prepare to go into the underways, as well as have the other two players also be here to help out, because you may want the stealth specialist where you're going and what you're going to be dealing with.
You sure? Stealth with a 10 cast symbol?
Maybe.
All
I'm
right.
just saying, you might want it.
Mm-hmm.
Because the shadows are moving, and the shadows are coming.
And
They
I
can
helped
set-
activate that.
They can sense you now, and they're coming slowly.
Nice.
Oh boy. Shadow assassination times.
All right. Well, thank you everybody for joining us today for Ebon Sales Exalted. Check out our website, zgfgaming.com. We've got links for our Discord, Telegram, Twitter, Patreon, and more. They're on the website as well as down in the description below through our link tree. Thank you to my patrons, tippers, and subscribers. It is because of your support that I'm able to continue bringing these streams to you all. I really cannot do this without your guys' help and support, so thank you. Consider becoming a patron over at patreon.com/zgfgaming. It is one of the best ways to support the channel, though you can also do so by sharing the stream around, as well as subscribing to our YouTube, using our Humble Bundle partner link. Or, if you are interested in the program we're using tonight, Fantasy Grounds, we have an affiliate link for that through our link tree. But for now, thank you all so much for joining, and I bid you the most fondest adieu.
Bye.
Bye.
Salutations.